back. In this episode, we will talk about logic. That is the next step. All right, so logic is simple when you start off. In programming, to achieve logic, we use several things. But in this episode, we're going to talk about if and else statements. So, what is an if statement? Well, to make an if statement, you simply type if, and you open up these um, parentheses right here, and then you type your curly braces, and then you're done. All right, but we have to put what is called a condition inside of here. So up here, I'm going to declare a boolean because boolean values are used for logic. Let's say condition one. Goodness, condition one is equal to is 3 greater than 2. Okay, so now I've set this boolean equal condition 1 is equal to is 3 greater than 2. So is 3 greater than 2? Absolutely. So this condition should be true. So if condition 1 is true, all right, so what this statement is saying is if condition 1 is true, then print out the statement, print ln, print out the statement condition, well, this is type out 3 is greater than 2. 3 is greater than 2, yay. All right. Goodness gracious. All right, so 3 is greater than 2. All right, so we're going to run this and see what we get. All right, we get 3 is greater than 2. So why did we get 3 is greater than 2? Well, we set this boolean, which we know is a true or false statement. So condition 1 is indeed true. So it printed out 3 is greater than 2. But what if condition 1 wasn't true? Well, we need to create what is called, well, we could just come down here and say if if condition 1 is not true. Now, condition 1. Okay. So by putting this exclamation point in front of condition, we are saying if condition 1 is not true, all right, then we want to print out the statement, let's say 2 is not greater than 3. Okay. So now we just need to come up here and say that 2 greater than 3. All right. So now let's add our exclamation point. Now which one is going to be printed? Well, it's going to look and it's going to say, okay, Boolean condition 1 is set equal to 2 is greater than 3. Is 2 greater than 3? So no, this Boolean value condition 1 will be set to false. So it's going to check if condition 1, and it's not going to be true, so it's not going to do this. Then it's going to come down to this if statement. If condition 1 is not true, then print out 2 is not greater than 3. So let's run this. And we indeed get 2 is not greater than 3 because condition 1 was not true. So it was false because 2 is not greater than 3. All right. So then what if we had all these other different scenarios and we just had to keep writing if. Well, instead of just typing if, let's use what is called an else if statement. Or we could just, let's do else if. So else if condition 1 is not true, then system.out.println 2 is not greater than 3. So instead of typing out multiple if statements, we could type along with this block, else if the condition is not true, then print out 2 is not greater than 3, and we'll get the same result because 2 is not greater than 3, so condition 1 will be false. So we get the result 2 is not greater than 3. All right, so now what we can do is use multiple conditions, and let's create a scenario. So let's say I want to check and see if a student has passed a class. All right, so let's say we're going to give them 5 tests. So int test 1, and we'll say they got 100 on that. It was easy, right? So they got 100 on that test, not a 10, a 100. Int test 2, let's say they got a 90, because it was a little bit harder. Then int test 3, they got, a 70, so it was a little bit harder. Need some intervention here. Test 4 was set equal to, let's say they did a little bit better that time. Oh, so they did better. All right, int test 5, let's say, they got a 50 on test 5. All right, so let's set up an if statement. So, and we need to set up a result actually. Int, let's say let's say overall grade, and we will set that equal to test 1 plus test 2, not terst, test 2 plus test 3 plus test 4. Oh, we're not done. All right, plus test 5. Okay. So, oh goodness gracious, not that. All right, so now we have this overall grade is set equal to this grade here. And it should be divided by 5. All right, so divided by 5. All right, so overall grade is whatever they got, all this added up, divided by 5, and we should probably do this here, put in parentheses. All right, so now let's check if the overall grade is greater than a 60, well actually 69. If it's greater than 69, then we say that the student passed the class. This student has passed this class. Okay, so let's say this student has passed this class. Then else if overall grade is less than 70, we say that this student has failed the class. This student has failed this class. Okay, so now let's run this and see, well, what should we get? So we've got all these test scores here, and then we've got int overall grade is, this is our formula for calculating if they passed or not. Then if the overall grade is greater than 69, then the student has passed the class. Else, if they did not, which this is the alternative, else if they did not get a grade higher than 70 or equal, okay, or less than or equal to 70, then, and we'll also say less than or equal here. So you can put these two together. This means greater than or equal to, let me change that back. So if it's greater than or equal to 69, well, it shouldn't be equal to 69, but if it's greater than 69, then they pass. But if it's, they failed. Wait, no, they passed, yes. If it's greater than 69, they pass. And then if the overall grade, which, if it's less than or equal to 70, then they failed, actually. So, actually, we don't want to say equal to 70. So, they failed. All right, so run and see what they got. All right, this student has passed the class because their overall grade was greater than 69. So, wow, they actually did good on these right here. So, yeah, they passed. All right, so let's actually make the student fail, and by changing this to a 20, not 120, then they'll definitely pass again. 20, and let's see if the student will fail now. All right, this student has failed the class. Oh no. So their score, else if overall grade, must have been less than 70. All right, so that is the intro to logic using the if statement and the else if statement. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.